How's it going, everybody? The Mega March sale just started on PlayStation. It's running from now until March 25th, and there's a ton of absolute bangers that are on sale for up to 80% off. I've put together a list of 25 of the top games you can get at a deep discount right now, so let's get straight into it. For $8, 65% off, Gori, Cuddly Carnage is a fast-paced hack-and-slash action game where you play as a deadly synthetic cat battling a twisted army of mutated toys to save the galaxy. Grind, spin, and unleash brutal combos with your sentient hoverboard while exploring wild levels, fighting bizarre enemies, and upgrading abilities as you master high-score combo chains, avoid environmental hazards, and take on massive, chaotic boss encounters. It's a 78 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $9, 65% off, Assault Suit Leynos 2 Saturn Tribute is a classic 90s-style mecha side-scrolling shooter making its Western debut, where you pilot a customizable assault suit in a war between the Zenith Federation and the Republic of Sandler. Battle through 7 action-packed stages, upgrade weapons and loadouts, and switch between auto and manual aiming, while taking on waves of mechanized enemies with a camera system that adapts to your setup. It's an 80 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $5, 60% off, South of the Circle is a cinematic narrative adventure where you play as Peter, a Cambridge academic stranded in Cold War Antarctica as his past and relationships unfold. Make emotional choices, explore a richly detailed setting, and experience a deeply personal story through motion-captured performances, shifting timelines, and a focus on love, ambition, and the consequences of life's decisions. It's a 75 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 1 out of 10, and about 5 hours to 100%, no platinum for this one. For $8, 20% off, Prison City is a retro-inspired side-scrolling action shooter where you play as ex-cop Hal Bruiser fighting through a crime-ridden dystopian Detroit with an arsenal of weapons. Battle across zones like sewers, factories, and nature preserves while dodging hazards, defeating enemies, and taking on bosses, all while uncovering upgrades that enhance your combat abilities and performance. It's a 78 on OpenCritic, and I'm not sure about trophy difficulty or time to 100% as it's such a small sample size. For $8, 60% off, Tomb Raider Legend is a classic action-adventure that blends exploration, combat, and puzzle solving into a globe-trotting journey filled with danger and mystery. Travel across remote locations as Lara Croft, battling enemies, navigating deadly traps, and solving environmental puzzles, while uncovering hidden relics and secrets tied to a legendary artifact and her past, using acrobatic platforming and fluid movement. It's an 82 on game rankings, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $10, 35% off, Runner is a fast-paced, first-person arcade driving shooter inspired by late 1980s anime, where you engage in high-speed motorcycle combat against relentless enemy forces. Dodge and deflect incoming fire, unleash missiles and grenades, and chain together combos, while mastering 360-degree shooting, upgrading your weapons, and taking on intense boss encounters across procedurally generated levels. It's a 71 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 6 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $7, 50% off, Jak 3 is a classic platforming action-adventure that serves as the explosive finale to the trilogy, expanding its scope and scale as Jak and Daxter are exiled into the brutal wasteland after being cast out of Haven City. With dark and light Jak powers, expanded gunplay and vehicle combat, and a journey spanning the wasteland and Haven City, it wraps up the trilogy by answering the mysteries about the Precursors and Mar. It's an 85 on game rankings, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $7, 30% off, Void Terrarium is a roguelike adventure where you control a scrapped janitorial robot trying to keep a defenseless human girl alive in a post-apocalyptic world filled with ruins, hazards, and remnants of humanity. Explore procedurally generated wasteland levels, gather food, medicine, and crafting materials, and confront hostile creatures and rogue robots while managing the girl's health, upgrading equipment, and making strategic decisions. It's a 73 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 30 hours to platinum. For $8, 35% off, Final Fantasy II is a remastered 2D RPG where 4 orphans join heroes like Minwu, Prince Gordon, and Layla to fight the Palamecian Empire and uncover a story of friendship, fate, and adventure. Explore updated pixel environments, experience rearranged music by Nobuo Uematsu, and engage in the unique skill-based leveling system while customizing gameplay with auto battle, random encounter adjustments, and supplemental extras. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $9, 55% off, Tentacular is a charming physics-based puzzle adventure where you inhabit the giant body of a tentacle monster raised by the quirky townsfolk of La Calma, a remote island full of inventive challenges. With over 60 mind-bending puzzles, playful construction tools, and the free Island Builder expansion to create your own settlements, it blends humor and VR gameplay into a heartwarming journey. It's an 80 on OpenCritic, and I'm not sure about trophy difficulty or time to platinum as it's such a small sample size. For $7, 85% off, Ride 5 is a hardcore motorcycle racing simulator delivering an intense, authentic experience where every corner, straightaway, and braking zone feels brutally real. Race across over 35 tracks on over 200 meticulously recreated motorcycles from world-famous manufacturers, mastering advanced physics, dynamic weather, and deep bike handling systems that demand precision and constant adaptation across career, endurance, and custom race mode. It's a 79 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 9 out of 10, and about 270 hours to platinum. For $7, 70% off, Insurmountable is a roguelike adventure where you attempt to scale massive, procedurally generated mountains while battling hunger, exhaustion, and the brutal forces of nature. Each climb features shifting weather, day-night cycles, and hundreds of unpredictable events as you choose from 3 distinct characters with unique skills and build your abilities through a progression system that makes every decision critical. It's a 74 on OpenCritic, and some broken trophies make the platinum unobtainable. For $5, 65% off, La Mulana is a challenging action-adventure game where you play archaeologist Lemeza Kasugi exploring ancient ruins filled with traps, puzzles, and deadly guardians. Solve intricate puzzles, avoid lethal traps, and battle formidable enemies while uncovering the mysteries behind the secret treasure of life, discovering hidden lore, collecting powerful artifacts, and testing your wits, reflexes, and courage at every turn. It's an 80 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 9 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For $9, 55% off, Railway Empire is a business simulation where you build and manage a sprawling rail network across the United States, connecting cities and transporting passengers and goods. Optimize routes, acquire over 40 locomotives and 30 wagons, compete against rival companies, and use bandits or spies to gain the upper hand, while enjoying the ride-along feature to experience your network from the driver's cab. It's a 76 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 40 hours to platinum. For $6, 70% off, Knights of Pen and Paper Plus One Deluxe Year Edition is a turn-based pixel art RPG where you control both the players and their characters in a meta pen and paper adventure. Manage your party, choose classes like knights or mages, and complete quests while defeating monsters, collecting loot, and exploring dungeons with strategic decisions guided by the Game Master, upgrading heroes, and uncovering hidden secrets. It's an 82 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 30 hours to platinum. For $6, 70% off, Deadcraft Deluxe Edition is a zombie survival action game where you play as half-zombie Reed, fighting the undead while managing resources and loyal allies in a dangerous post-apocalyptic world. Grow your own zombie workers, scavenge for weapons and tools, and craft post-apocalyptic cuisine, while completing missions, upgrading abilities, and battling both humans and massive hordes across the wasteland. It's a 72 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 35 hours to platinum. For $6, 70% off, Gorn is a ludicrously violent VR gladiator simulator where players step into the arena to unleash creative, chaotic, and over-the-top combat fantasies. Players savagely battle opponents using swords, maces, and bows while mastering physics-driven interactions and executing brutal takedowns, all while improvising with the environment, timing attacks perfectly, and finding inventive ways to dominate foes. It's a 77 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 10 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $8, 20% off, Duck Detective: The Secret Salami is a cozy mystery adventure where you play as a down-on-his-luck duck detective unraveling a sinister sausage-based conspiracy in a quirky, whimsical world. Explore vibrant neighborhoods full of oddball characters, gather crucial clues from strange and amusing locations, and piece together evidence using your sharp deductive reasoning to solve twisty, entertaining cases. It's a 79 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 1 out of 10, and about 3 hours to platinum. For $6, 50% off, Doctor Who: The Lonely Assassins is a chilling found phone mystery where you uncover sinister events connected to the Weeping Angels, first seen in the iconic Blink episode. Work alongside ex-unit scientist Petronella Osgood, investigate an abandoned London house, and decipher hidden clues in messages, emails, and photos to uncover the truth while avoiding the terrifying, ever-present threat of the Angels. It's an 80 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 3 hours to platinum. For $8, 60% off, Let's Revolution is a roguelite puzzle strategy game where you chase the corrupt king across the land of B-Bomb, combining turn-based tactics with logic-based tile puzzles. Choose from 6 unique heroes with distinct abilities, outsmart cunning enemies and tricky lackeys, and collect powerful items and abilities, while exploring a beautifully hand-animated world filled with secrets and brought to life alongside an original score. It's an 86 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $8, 70% off, the Nobody Saves the World in Frozen Hearth bundle is a shape-shifting action RPG where you transform into forms like horse, zombie, and robot to stop the vile calamity. Mix and match abilities across hundreds of quests, explore a vast overworld, and tackle dozens of challenging dungeons, while the Frozen Hearth expansion adds new forms, puzzles, and epic boss fights to test your creativity and skill. It's an 80 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 35 hours to platinum. For $6, 80% off, Crimen Mercenary Tales is a whimsical fantasy action adventure where you embark on 8 epic quests filled with sword fights, ancient puzzles, and daring escapades. Explore mysterious ruins, vibrant castles, and fantastical landscapes while wielding unconventional historical weapons, uncovering hidden secrets, and enjoying the humorous banter of quirky characters in beautifully rendered comic book style visuals. It's a 75 on OpenCritic, and there's a broken trophy making the platinum unobtainable. For $8, 20% off, Duck Detective: The Ghost of Glamping is a cozy mystery adventure where you play Eugene McQuacklin, a down-on-his-luck duck detective investigating a haunted campsite while confronting personal woes. Interview eccentric suspects, inspect unusual evidence, and collaborate with a quirky new sidekick to uncover hidden clues, solve twisty puzzles, and unravel a ghostly mystery in a fully voice-acted, humor-filled world. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 1 out of 10, and about 3 hours to platinum. For $8, 35% off, Final Fantasy is a classic turn-based JRPG rebuilt as a modern pixel remaster that faithfully reintroduces the series' foundational story, mechanics, and world building for a new generation of players. With flexible class switching, a vast overworld featuring airship travel, and quality-of-life upgrades like auto-battle and encounter toggles, it preserves the original structure while smoothing out its rough edges. It's an 83 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. For $6, 80% off, Kona 2 Brume is a suspenseful detective adventure set in northern Quebec, 1970, where a mysterious mist called the Brume disconnects a rural mining village from reality and disrupts the balance of nature. Explore snowy landscapes on your trusty dog sled, investigate abandoned buildings and scattered clues, and survive harsh blizzards, dangerous wildlife, and unsettling nightmares while uncovering the dark truth behind the Brume. It's a 73 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 15 hours to platinum. Alright, that's it for today's list, everybody. If you've played any of these already, drop your thoughts in the comments. Your insights help others find great games too, it's not just mine. As always, I want to thank all my channel members for their generous support, but to all you out there who watch, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff as well, thank you. You're the reason I'm still having fun making all these videos every day, and I'm genuinely grateful for each and every one of you out there. If you can spare $1 a month, you get early access to all my videos, and it helps me out more than you know. But I know times are tough out there, so all I do ask is if you enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with any new sales stuff that